is Themba Selahle, otherwise known as Grootman. Once upon a time, he was one of the biggest Instagram scammers there is. But as quickly as he rose, he fell down from that throne that he built through other people's tears. Today, I'm going to show you guys the two cases that solidified his downfall. FBI, open up! Being a scammer is nothing new to Grootman. Previously, he was known as Zadie Amor, where he used to sell iPhones, sneakers, and clothing material. He got caught scamming in the Forex trading industry, but that has a history because when he was selling iPhones and sneakers, he was already scamming people. Taking on the name Grootman meant he had to change industries because he cannot scam people through clothing anymore, and therefore he chose the Forex trading lane. Stepping into the Forex trading lane, he introduced himself as Grootman, and he had really interesting investment packages. I will get to that investment packages now. I just want to tell you guys how he reeled people in. In short, basically, he would treat his girlfriend or fiance to fancy vacations, buy her the latest tech, and send her roses, bouquets, that is actually money, and that would make other men envious, jealous, or wanting to make an investment so that they can treat their woman the same way. And that is actually where they would slice. Grootman packaged his investments into get-rich-quick opportunities. He was offering people weekly payouts, and the guaranteed profits were 200%. So if you gave him 800 Rand, he would give you 2,000 Rand in return. If you gave him 2,500 Rand, he would give you 7,500 Rand in return. And these payouts were made every single Friday, except they were never made. Using these fake payouts and posts of him treating his fiancée to lavish gifts and vacation, he built himself a solid following on Instagram. At the height of his scamming career, he had 340,000 followers on Instagram. Seeing his glamorous lifestyle was an everyday thing to his followers. If it's not a 600,000 Rand Audi that he's buying for his mom, he is buying and taking his girlfriend on expensive Gucci shopping trips. And to puncture the thorn in the thigh, he once sent his fiancée Qinile a bouquet that was worth 270,000 Rand. Yep, that was money that was folded up in the shape of roses. His social media feed, called Payday Everyday, featured him always in designer brands, counting stacks of cash, and at the end, always promoting this investment program that they had going on. A whole lot of people believed what he posted, and they felt like he made their small amounts of capital feel seen. Not only that, he would also turn it into a dream for them, and that is why a whole lot of them bought in. Taking into consideration the turnaround time for the return on investment, it didn't take people that long to see the cracks. Withdrawal requests became ignored requests. People were crowding his DM and comment sections, and long before you knew it, he turned his comment sections off. While we had tons of evidence detailing the scams of Grootman, his comeback was always saying that there's people that made fake accounts using his content. They don't like him, so they are scamming people through those fake pages, hoping that the trouble would come to him. Did that work? Most definitely not. He suffered some dire consequences, but I'll tell you that a little bit later on.
So you guys, about the nasty comment about who doesn't know Grootman as a scammer now in those kind of vibes. No guys, I was not gonna risk my 2,500 to Grootman just because he's still a scammer and all that. So I'm just telling you out there, Grootman as a scammer, you see him wearing Gucci, wearing whatever, and Qinile, one thing I know about Qinile, each and every 2,500 Rand that Grootman I krang, he needs to buy flowers or apologize. No ke ba bon ba postile ba tsore ka di pampers. Imagine ngwana Grootman o apara nna, o hema nna, o ja nna. Ke tšhelete tsa ka tseo. Aowa guys, lena le ka se understand gore wa ke le sio. Like batho guys, this I know It's happening. It's a lot. You've been seeing me on your FYP for the longest time. It's not even the longest time, like in a short period of space. Okay, guys. Okay, I can was in the whole story of what's going on. So I texted Grootman at me on Instagram, telling him or I wanna know about the investment that he's doing. So I saw his story, you know. So I was like, yo, this guy is living like his best life. The investment thing. So he was like, and send like this package plan. It was 1,500 rand. It was I don't know. I don't remember the plans actually, but I'm gonna share the pictures sooner. And the other one was 2,500 rand, and I was like, I have the 2,500 rand. Let me go for this. Ke nna ola gana ko skemiwa. Motho unblocka an hour after I sent the money. What lala wena? Ko re le no a ke sharp. Ke sharp mara ke sharp. So I recently saw his video on TikTok and he was like, what? Grootman ipumtwana 2,500 yakhe or something like that, and he took it as a joke. He's making he's doing business or something like that. So I was like, yeah, how come South Africa? Then others are saying I should go to X-Repo, others are saying I should go to Riazotela, wara. You know, those kind of vibes. Imagine kids go TV in Kapakala 2,500 rand. Bring back my 2,500 rands. Yeah. Hey, nkare ka ibona le setse le nshebile 157, not with my poor quality phone.
So this is how I got scammed by Grootman. Yes, Nam, I got scammed by Grootman. If you don't know who Grootman is, he's like a South African influencer, but anyway, I don't even know what to call him right now. But I had met Grootman before, so I was not as skeptical because what he was portraying online is actually how he is in real life. Like, he's spending and he's not a fake account. Like, the person online and the person face to face are combos, they're communicator, you understand? So I didn't feel as like he was a scam or like one of those Forex people who are using other people's pictures. Like, when I met him, he was wearing a full-on Maxhosa kit situation. So let me get to how I met him. Actually, I was at the Rand's Cape Town, Ekaelicha, just before I moved to Australia. I see Mensa Main. Mensa Main is an American YouTuber, so he reacts to South African music and South African content. So I had been following Mensa Main since the beginning, since like the first intro. Now he's changed it a couple of times, but so I see Mensa Main, I'm freaking out, I'm fanning. I go take a picture with Mensa. I'll post it after this because we don't look good at all. And then I get home the next day. I tell my sister, oh my God, I met Mensa, la la. And then my sister's like, oh, wasn't he with Grootman? I'm like, who the hell is Grootman? I did see the guy. Even when I was chilling with Mensa, his friend was there. He didn't mention his name, but he didn't give me Grootman. He gave me his real name, I guess. So I didn't know. So my sister shows me his account. I see, I'm like, yo, this guy, he's obviously, I could tell he's kind of moneyed from the interaction, like the conversation with him as well, and what they were drinking and stuff like that. So I see his profile. My sister tells me, oh, he's a Forex trader, blah, blah, blah. So I start following him from there. 2 weeks ago, he posted that he is currently trading on behalf of other people. So if you don't have time to actually learn how to trade, so he'll invest for you and then he'll give you your return while taking a cut. I'm thinking, Jonga, this is amazing. This is exactly what your girl needs. The money I'm going to make in Australia is going to be my Australian money for like a car and other things. And the money I make through him and trading for me, it will be my South African money. Currently, my house is leaking back home, so I'm trying to do that at the same time. Did I not get dribbled? I WhatsApp him, send him 2.5. I took the biggest package, which is 2.5, and I'm like, actually, I know, man, this person, he is who he says he is. So I give him another 2.5. Now what I liked about him was that he was going to give you a return in a week's time. Ndisalindile, guys. Did you think I saw it? Do you think I saw it?
As seen and heard through those victim testimonies, Grootman really did them dirty. He took their money and he ignored them And that was his modus operandi. After you sent him your money, he would stop communicating with you. What does he need you for thereafter? He already got what he came for. One of his victims launched a criminal activities petition on change.org against Themba Silahle, aka Grootman, aka Zadie Amo. Let's name all of his scam names since we are at it. And this petition actually garnered a whole lot of signatures, which means this guy actually scammed a whole lot of people. On 19th of July 2022, the FSCA finally steps in and they release a statement. They let the public know, firstly, that he is unauthorized to be taking investments from the public. He cannot trade for people, and then obviously people should pay attention to those high and unreasonable returns, because ultimately that is what they fell for, but also that is one of the biggest red flags. Because of how popular Grootman was, the media scooped that up within an instant. Grootman came under fire and he was accused of defrauding a whole lot of people. Many of them had the evidence. Days after the FSCA made their statement available, Meta, who owns Instagram, removes his 340,000 Instagram follower account. That is a huge blow to business. Many were uncertain if he deleted or if Meta deactivated, but one thing's for certain, this was the pond that he was fishing scam victims from. So it makes no sense that he would deprive himself of that kind of money. Although there was an FSCA warning against his name, Themba Silahle, aka Grootman, aka Zadie Amo, proved to be determined, because he sent a defiant message telling his following, even though they don't want me here, I am not gonna stop when I have the solutions for you guys. You just have to pay a little premium. But the damage was done and the trust is gone. And when he saw that happening, he actually started a Grootman Foundation. Now keep in mind, guys, this bruh is a chameleon. He changed from Themba Silahle into Zadie Amo, scammed his first victims, changed into Grootman, scammed more victims, and now he's trying to hide behind a foundation that would most likely do things for children. Meanwhile, he's pocketing everything. All of this took a huge toll on his personal relationships. Family, friends, everyone started distancing themselves from him. But the one that he never expected to do that was Gnile. And distance herself from him, she did. She had a whole reputation by herself. And this guy made sure that that is what he attempts to destroy. Video footage that he took on his phone showing them doing the deed made rounds on the internet, and it wasn't just one or two videos, it was 3, I believe, and this was the talk of the town. And he just sat back and said, oh no, I never did that. I don't know how it came from my phone and onto the internet, how it magically appeared there. But one thing's for certain, two things for sure. He made sure that he was gonna embarrass Gnile for leaving him. When the complaints made by his victims took on an elevated status, meaning they are now seeking legal recourse from institutions such as the DPCI and the Hawks, this man completely disappeared, my bro. When that Instagram account with 340,000 followers disappeared, he moved over to TikTok, which allowed him to go viral a couple of times, but that was his biggest mistake, and even that account he deleted. Now, when it comes to the anatomy of the scam, I want you to pay attention to the fact that this guy was unregulated and he was offering unrealistic returns. The third and dead giveaway was that he preferred to be paid in cash. So what would happen is you would do a cash send or an e-wallet. Oh, and he never gave his number. He made you send an e-wallet to your number and then give him the pin, then he would go withdraw that money. Let these two cases prove to you guys that you should never ever get into this industry with emotions, because you are always gonna find that it ends in tears. Whenever you get too excited about financial opportunities, please understand FOMO has stepped in, and when you pair that with greed, that is a deadly combo to impoverish you. While some of his victims have recovered some of their funds, some are still seeking legal recourse. And trust me, once you have given your money to someone, it's a long and tough journey trying to get it back. When you see me do these exposures, go through the evidence to make sure that it's not coming from a hateful perspective. And once you cannot argue the evidence, please understand that that person is a scammer and you are just gonna have to accept that. The price of success that never came for Grootman's scam victims ranges all the way down from 800 to all the way up to 10,000 rand. But what was the price of success for Grootman? For Grootman, it was luxury, fame, and more money. And sadly, because of his greed, that just ended in devastation. If you've been affected, share your story. Caution others. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video.